Hi, welcome to Heart
Hi.
to Heart. How are you this morning?
Good. I have been streaming for quite some time today, so I had the perfect preparation.
Good, good, good.
Uh,
So you stream on Saturdays, but you don't stream on Sundays. That's your day off, right?
yeah, Sunday is my typical day off. It's not like I will not say I'm never streaming on Sunday, but I at least push myself to at least have one day off. Sometimes I take Saturday and Sunday off as well. But yeah, mainly Sunday is just my off day
Okay,
for the
good.
family.
Of course, of course.
Of course.
And also, before we start, I wanted to say congratulations on the second part of your wedding, which was very. It was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, the better part, the party part. So
Yes,
that
exactly.
was quite fun.
Yes, I'm glad you were able to do it with traditionally, not just um, not just the part without the party.
Yeah, no, that was really fun. I was happy as well, especially also for Simai. All like her friends could be there, my friends could be there, so it was actually lots of fun. So I'm really happy we did after all the Corona years where we couldn't.
For sure, for sure. I'm very excited to see the pictures.
Yeah, they're still in the works. I mean, we have a lot of pictures, but they're still, I don't know, they want to make some nice video and stuff out of it. So we are patiently waiting.
Did you have a videograph too, or just a photographer?
Oh,
Both. Nice, nice, nice,
yes.
nice. Okay, good. So I know you've been like streaming and playing Hearthstone for a long time. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to remember it since it's been so long. But so why and how did you start playing Hearthstone?
I started playing Hearthstone kind of because of a friend recommendation. He was already playing Hearthstone and we played table tennis together. And he was coming over quite often as well with my brother. And he was like looking at this card game and or playing this card game, and we were just like kind of interested. And then I started looking at like I was really into League of Legends, and so I was watching a lot of League of Legends streams already. And then everyone in the League community, they have really big queue times, like can be 10 minutes at like high level, and they all started playing Hearthstone in their queue time. So I was just watching only the League streamers at some point that were just in queue times to watch them playing Hearthstone when it really started. And then I just got my beta key, and that's how the whole road started rolling.
Good, and you've been playing nonstop since, right?
Yeah, literally, actually 9 years now, man. Oh my, 9 years, time flies.
Yes. Yeah, no, for sure. I got in the game 1 year after, so for me it's gonna be 8 years.
Okay. Oh, you also play already 8 years.
Yeah.
Always like constructed. You already very in arena to start.
uh, Always constructed.
Okay.
Yeah, construct is my mode. And when Battleground got out, I played a lot and a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I always come back to constructed for some reason.
Yeah, I have the constructed fives as well. When I started, I actually played arena for I don't know the first 2,000 games. I think I just played arena because I didn't have the cards. I didn't really like want to spend money on like buying all the cards. So and in arena at that time you could get gold really easily. I don't know. I had like 7 or 9 wins average, and I got like at least 6,000 gold just playing arena. People were you could like earn gold there quite better than nowadays. So
No, of course, of course. And so, but I think you were pretty young when you started streaming, also, which was a little bit after that, right?
yeah, I don't know when I started streaming exactly, but that was not. I first got very into the competitive part, and casually here and there, I will do a stream in the evening after my school. But it wasn't really my priority. It was just competing, becoming really the best player, playing tournaments, qualifying for the European Championship. These were always like my goals, and I don't know actually when I made that transition. It just went like a slow transition. I remember just taking a whole summer off, or I was like no school, so I could take the summer. I was like, let's just try this streaming thing for like 2 months, and I started doing it 4 or 5 a week, and I grew very fast from 10 viewers to like, I don't know, 400 viewers average. And then I was like, yeah, maybe I should give this a try when I have the time. But the early years, it was always still combining for me with school, with competing, with everything.
Yes, and with your family, how was it the transition? Because it's always a bit. I feel it's with all the different streamer and competitive player. It's always the hardest part with your family saying, "Okay, I'm gonna play video games for a living." So how was it with your family?
They were very supportive, actually, straight from the start. I was always very serious at my school, so I never let that really like slip away. But they were actually kind of happy for me that I also had something to sometimes. They would often say like, Thijs, don't be so focused on school. Like, go hang out with friends, have some fun. So they kind of were like the opposite of like, because I was doing that anyway already. So they kind of were like, but yeah, it was a little bit weird at the start, maybe, where like I'm like the first time I won like $100. They were like, "Yeah, cool, well done. How did you do it?" But then I said, and then like 2 3 weeks later, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to Sweden," and that was a bit like, okay, that was like, yeah, wow, that's so it's actually really a big deal. You really did something, but they were always like very supportive. I remember when I played the first European Championship, my parents actually drove over to Sweden as well to watch me play. They took like a semi-vacation there, so that was really, really cool.
Yes, I can imagine. And for them, it must have been like very original for their son to do something like that because their generation was a bit different. So very original, definitely for them.
You feel other streamers have very different stories about it, like not really that
It
supportive?
it depends. It really depends. I feel that you need a level of support to become a streamer because you basically cannot do it if you don't have any support from your family or anyone. Like it's difficult if it's not like your significant other that can like help you out at least financially until you grow because it's not like instantly. So you need to have support if it's not from your family, from at least a spouse or brothers and sisters. So I guess it depends, but it's definitely a key to success to have the support of your family. I feel to become a successful streamer from all the people I've interviewed on Heart to Heart.
Mm-hmm. No, like everyone is very supportive. Also, especially at the start, me and my brother were sometimes streaming together. He sometimes just came over, we're playing a little bit games together. My father used to watch me in competitions all the time, so he was always when I was in a tournament, he already knew the result. He had no idea sometimes what was going on. Especially at the start, he did, but later not, because things changed so much. But he was just listening to commentators or looking at the standings.
Yeah, is your brother a video game player too?
Yeah, I mean, now a bit less, but yeah, like we kind of all my friends, my brother, they all play games.
Yeah, and were you the only one that were competitively involved in the video games?
I mean, casually, they were also like in League of Legends, but that was just more like playing Dutch tournaments, playing university tournaments, not like. I mean, you didn't really have the 7 years ago, 8 years ago, you didn't have the opportunities in streaming, competitive gaming you have now. I feel like it has grown really a lot in the last years. So that time, no, we were just having like just the little tournaments maybe, but we were always gaming for fun. That's how we actually always looked at gaming.
Yes. Do you still play League of Legends?
I actually feel really funny. I didn't play it for 7 years, and I was like, should I try it again? I played a lot of Heroes of the Storm still nowadays, and I'm like, but like, yeah, the game is going a little bit not so, or like it's going really down. So I feel like maybe I should try the other MOBA again. But I played it 2 days ago again, 2 games. I was so bad, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna touch the game again. But it was I played it like 2 3 years before Hearthstone.
And related to the community and the vibe, do you feel that the vibe of the Hearthstone community is very different from the League of Legends?
League of Legends is a team game. Hearthstone is a solo game, so I feel that this just puts things so different. So yeah, like in solo queue, you will definitely, yeah, insane difference. But I cannot speak for the competitive environment or the streaming culture. I don't know that too well actually in League. So, but like from solo queue, yeah, there's like you have people leave, people getting mad, people this, they don't want to play that, they're not very helpful to the team. Like yeah, but that's what you will have in these kind of games.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I've heard just a little more toxicity in League of Legends, but I've never played, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, and I never played at that high level, like in Hearthstone. Like if you play in top 100 Hearthstone, I actually heard as well that people are not always that friendly. But I'm pretty sure if you have an old chat in Hearthstone, here and there will also be people that might not say the nicest thing to you.
No, for sure, for sure. So we had the chance to meet this year at TwitchCon Amsterdam. It was our first time meeting in person. That was really cool. And you had an event just for you, which was very well organized and done. And there was the arena with like the Thijs Tavern. So can you talk a little bit more about that? How were you, how did Twitch reach out to you to get that, or did you reach out to Twitch? Tell us a little bit more about the story behind that.
Me and my manager, my Twitch manager, we were talking about doing a Twitch Rivals on me. So we were like kind of thinking like, but they said like, yeah, think about it, like do it the way you want to do or combat how you like to do it. Like Twitch Rivals doesn't have to be like super competitive. You can put your own like a little bit of sauce in it. So they gave me that idea, and then I was talking with Froden, and I was like, yeah, how can we do it? And he came with the idea, yeah, like what is Hearthstone missing? And we just felt like online events are really missing, where people have the finals played online or played like at a place. And I mean, I know that vibe, how much that does to you. Like it's an amazing feeling to play at like an offline tournament, and that whole vibe that is so different than when you play from home. So that was really the goal. And then, but we were like, yeah, it will be hard to make work, but let's see. And then Twitch, then it came that TwitchCon will go to Amsterdam. So I was from Netherlands, TwitchCon Amsterdam, so that was a little bit like 1+1, like, hey, can we not do it at TwitchCon? Because this talk was, I don't know, 5 months before TwitchCon. So then we just, it had to go very, very fast, everything. Some things were very last minute. But we all got it done. But that's how it kind of like how it started. But yeah, it was a lot of back and forth, a lot of talks. How do we do the tournament? Because I really wanted it to be a fun experience. So for me, that part had to be fun. So I wanted like something like a tavern. I didn't want it to be like just purely on the Twitch rival stage. But we at the end everything just fell together at least. It was a bit of a stress before.
I can imagine. Definitely. Especially since like the tavern was such a great place at TwitchCon for a Hearthstone player to meet. And like on the first day, on the second day, we didn't have that space. And so it felt like different not to have the same space for like all the players to just meet when you don't have anything between activities. You just want to like have one meeting spot for everyone. So I think that was really like a highlight for Hearthstone, to have that safe space that everyone could like go and talk to other people they probably haven't met, members of the community and other streamers. So
yeah, that was really my goal. Like it was not about all the players. I just wanted like the community to come together. So that because so many, especially in Battlegrounds, people never met each other. Like in Constructed, quite a lot of people know each other, but that's why I also kind of felt it kind of cool to do a BG event, so people could like have a tournament and place to like meet each other in real life. Because we have been kind of granted as Constructed players. I've been traveled for 4 years over the world. We meet each other at amazing places, and yeah. So I felt like, especially after like the whole Corona shutdown, we deserve a tournament like this.
definitely. And so I'm kind of like not worried, but I'm curious how it's gonna be in TwitchCon San Diego, which is next week. which I will be there. I'm wondering like how is it gonna be since there's no like Hearthstone like meeting space, because that was really a highlight for me. So I hope we can replicate something that will help people meet.
Yeah, probably still like should try to meet up with people, like have somewhere where you meet up with quite some Hearthstone people will be really nice.
Yes, we're definitely gonna try to arrange saying like, oh, we're at the Rainbow Cubes, meet us there.
In Netherlands, it was like I felt like my duty and Taylor's duty a little bit to like let everyone welcome here. So now the duty is on other people.
Yes, no, for sure, for sure. And
Uh-huh.
you guys did an amazing job. Both Tyler and you did lots and lots to make sure that everyone felt welcome and that we had a great time. So thank you for that.
No,
So
not my pleasure.
yeah, good. Okay, so if we talk a little bit more about Hearthstone and the expansions over the time since you've played since the beginning, can you tell us which expansion was the most fun for you?
Oh, I'm always so bad at this. Like, keep forgetting like which name had like which label in these things. So I like the ones a lot with the early hero cards. It was like the Jaina, the cooldown, and also the Lich King was there. Like, but I don't know, was it Frozen Throne?
I think
like
so.
I forget the names. But that time was really fun. I also really liked the Reno expansion. Was more like a mini set that time. But also earlier, earlier the expansions they were really amazing. They really felt like, yeah, sometimes they were broken, but people didn't mind it that much. I remember a really toxic one though, that when the aggro shaman was really strong, that you couldn't beat it. It didn't matter what you tried. Like it's unbelievable maybe to think now, but there was literally like the ladder was like one class only, and that was aggro shaman, and you couldn't beat it. Like nothing but beated it like consistently. So that was if you're competing, that was really frustrating to just get top 16 and you play infinite shaman mirrors. What else did I really enjoy? I mean, I also really enjoyed the early, like just the cartoon, what came out at the early part. That was really fun. I actually enjoyed like actually almost every expansion. I always like when the new things comes out. What stays long with me? Yeah, I think the early expansions there that they were very fun.
Good. Do you have a worst expansion? An expansion when you had the least fun?
Yeah, that I don't know what expansion that was, but they pushed that aggro shaman with the tunnel truck and totem golem, and you had this 3 mana that can just summons a totem golem out of nowhere, the Tuskar Totemic. And there they like we didn't have, if that would happen now, they will nerf it in 3 days. But at that time it takes 2 months still. They weren't like as up to date with the patches, so it took like 2 months. Yeah, that was really bad. That shaman was way too strong. I don't know what expansion that was. But that one was not so. Oh, I hated Tuskar Titanic. It was also the time Yok came out, and that was here and there. Could be frustrating as well, because I was playing at the European Championship, and I was playing at the World Championship, and I prepared so hard, and then the practice games they became like so clown fiesta, and it frustrated me a bit at that time.
I understand. Do you have a favorite art in the game? Like a card that you like, that or multiple?
I like. I mean, I was always a big fan. I like Jaina as a design a lot. She got a bit nerfed. That sucks, but she is. I think I think the heroes are in general like really amazing designs. Like sometimes you can look at these pictures of the heroes and you see so much more. Like you only see at the start when you look at the image the first thing, but there are so many details everywhere on all the cards. So do I have a particular other favor? I mean, Ragnaros kind of stood out for me for a long time. I remember when I got Ragnaros as one of my first legendaries, and I was like, yeah, this guy just he rolls. He's amazing.
That's true. And do you have a favorite card back?
No, I have a card pack I don't like,
Okay, go for it.
and that is the one with the like lemon, the lemon tree card pack. I
Oh my
really don't
god,
like that one
the lemon
because
one.
Yeah, because when people play it, like it literally hurts my eyes when I'm looking at the cards and I'm trying to like count the cards or read the cards, and it just when all the cards are lemon, it literally hurts my eyes. So I really don't like that one.
I
When
love that card back. I love
when
that.
my opponents play it, I literally feel like they do it to just trigger the opponent.
I had no idea that you felt like this. Okay, so
I've strong feelings about
well, I love it. Actually, I use it often. I must say.
it. Now look at it next time when you look at your opponent
Okay,
having all these lemon card packs. You will
I
maybe
will
you will
look at.
notice it.
I will look at it for sure. Now I really want to play against someone that has the limit on them. Okay, good. So in the I know that in battlegrounds, like it was a lot. There was a lot of design and aesthetic that were developed at first to kind of like pay the game. Did you so? Do you like all the different aesthetics that have been added recently before the new expansion pack? The yeah,
You mean all the different like mechanics or like things
like
that
the
you see in Hearthstone?
finisher or the emotes, like all the little aesthetic that you can get that you don't have in constructed, for example.
You mean in Battlegrounds what they have?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think they could, but I think they could have done quite some more in constructed in that regard. Like even the clients, like you can do so many nice things just in the first client. We still have the same book that opens, but there's so many things you can put on a client. I get you want to be a mobile game, so you want to be like not be too overwhelming, but yeah, I think like even like the boards, like we had this like these really fun maps, like the volcano that blushed out. What did we have more? Like the tubes with the where you could like put the also a song on. I feel they haven't really looked at that much lately, which I kind of think is a little bit unfortunate. Like I always really loved that. It was literally an stream thing for me. Like play the map, Thijs, play the map. People will get excited about it, and I don't feel that's really the case anymore. Yeah, and I think you could make the emotes here and there a little bit more spicier as well. I don't think they have to be like this brave. I barely use them nowadays because I think they are very brave.
Yeah, I remember the rocket. You know when you had to like to play to make the rocket launch on the map. Do you remember that one?
Yes,
That was a fun one.
yes.
It was very
Yeah, we had so
interactive.
many. We don't have that in the last two, three, four maps anymore. We literally have kind of nothing. Just things that click, a window that breaks. Yeah, sure, but it doesn't do it for me.
Okay, so yeah, that's a good one. I agree with you. I was surprised in the last one. I think there was a chest, and you could not even do anything with the chest. Like that would have been a great thing to do, to play with the chest.
Oh, I hope they will do it again.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they will.
Hmm.
So so I know that Hearthstone is a mature game. Like it's been obviously there for 9 years now. What do you think the future of Hearthstone holds?
I mean, I thought about this a lot, but not that much anymore the last two, 3 years because I've just kind of accepted it. I was really trying to push like people at Blizzard or like even trying to get people convinced like, yeah, do this. Like I was really passionate about it, but at the end, like, yeah, often I felt these ideas. I was always giving feedback on things, but I felt that sometimes I felt like I was not talking to a wall. Like the people working at Hearthstone are amazing, but they just don't have enough power to get things done, and I felt like it became a bit like I lost that hope in that part of it that they will really take everything what people say like they take you serious, but they just can't do much. So I feel like the game is getting a bit too money focused, which just hurts my heart because like I never started playing Hearthstone for money. Like it was just my joy, and to see now how important it became, it just really like hurts me. I just want as many people to play Hearthstone. I want to have meets up that where we can meet all the Hearthstone people, like more than what we have now. Like I don't even know if BlizzCon is gonna happen. Do you know if BlizzCon is happening?
So I asked too. I am in the same position as you. I'm really, really hoping that we're gonna have BlizzCon, because I was talking to it with Slissa, and she's like, BlizzCon is the best. I really hope you guys will be able to get other events, because TwitchCon, like, it's all the games, so it's it's a little bit bigger compared to like BlizzCon, which is only games from Blizzard.
BlizzCon was way more like the first 3 times I went to BlizzCon, and I mean I was even competing twice, so I didn't even get the full experience because I was so focused on playing at the World Championship. But like it was just amazing experience. Like it was so, and these things I want more. I want that more than what we. And I just feel the interest of like Blizzard in general is not there anymore as much as it used to be. So that like yeah, that worries me. And I also have here and there my worries for Hearthstone. I still think it will be a nice game and for quite some time. But I wouldn't be surprised if just like StarCraft, just like Heroes of the Storm, like a few months ago, at some point they might just like be like, yeah, we're not going to develop that much further anymore. Luckily, I feel Hearthstone is doing the best from all Blizzard games. Like we really have like a community, like very fast updates, every 3 month expansion, every time like content getting out like very fast. Like when I heard that Overwatch didn't even get a new hero for 2 years, 3 years, I'm like, are you kidding? Like how is that possible? So, and in World of Warcraft, they can wait 2 years for things. So I still feel we're in like, I don't think Hearthstone will get the hit first of the Blizzard games, if there will be one. But yeah, I was hoping more for like, I would like to see it grow more. But luckily esports is growing, which still makes Hearthstone go with the flow a bit. But yeah, I'm kind of worried that it will not like really grow much anymore.
And we have one of the best community manager also.
Yes, I mean we have had a really amazing communities managers in general, in my opinion. So I never felt that was like a big issue. I always felt very warm in the community. But maybe I don't know, like maybe some people have had like different experiences with that. It's always a personal thing. Sometimes you just don't kick off.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Okay, so so now, I mean, in your free time, because you play video games, but I mean, on stream you stream Hearthstone. Do you play any other video games in your off time, or it's more like when you're not streaming, you're like, I don't want to play video games?
Very little. I have like sometimes in the evening, let's say 1 or 2 times a week, I will play like 2 games of Heroes of the Storm, which is like 30 minutes, maybe 3 games. But then I'm done. So I play barely, I barely play off stream. Nowadays also, if I feel like, sometimes I just want to play something else, and I even do it on stream. Played a bit of Fall Guys, played a bit of Heroes of the Storm, but no, I actually, that's kind of like, I often was like, since like the last 4 years, 3 years, I barely play off stream. Like, I here and there queue an arena game now with Simi. Sometimes we just in bed, we play an arena. But like, I barely play off stream. I rather like get a bit off the PC here and there. I still watch a lot, but I rather do some other things as well. I mean, I already stream 8 hours a day. Like
yeah, no, of course,
day goes so fast.
I'm arena in bed. That seems like a fun. That seems like a fun thing to do.
I mean, sometimes we do. Sometimes we're like, nah, not at all. But sometimes we both like Hearthstone, and yeah, it's like can be fun.
Yes, of course. And so, what do you do when you're not streaming? Like as a normal person.
So that part is not normal about me, right? That I stream. What do? I wake up around 9 in the morning often.
Okay.
In the Netherlands, I wake up often at 8. I do often sport before my stream. I mean, now I have a little injury, so I can't really do much. But normally I do like 4 times a week, 5 times a week gym before stream. Then I start the stream. Or breakfast, then I start stream. I finish at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And then in the evening, most of the times, like first of course I'm gonna eat because I'm very hungry. And then the evening is like a bit like flexible. Often it can be like watching something in the evening. It can be going outside. yesterday I was like bored, so I was like going to my asking my neighbor, hey, should we do something? Let's go to a bar. So we just went to the bar, had a beer there, and so in the weekends often I try to meet up with friends, family. So it depends a bit, like, but yeah, I like doing things, so I can very be like. Sometimes I streamed 11 hours today, yesterday 7, and still in the evening I was like, let's do something. I don't know how I sometimes have the energy.
No, that's good. That's good. For sure. So you said you had an injury. What's your injury?
It's not a big thing. It's like my hands here, it got a little big, swollen is the English word.
Yeah.
So I just, whenever I put pressure on my hand, it just hurts. So I just can't do any weights on my hands, and I like to lift. I don't like the leg exercises much, so it kind of puts me in a spot where like I do still some leg exercises, but then I just do I do it in a power way. Like I look YouTube videos and I do like power very intensive for 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Okay. Good. Before I continue, chat is going crazy about to ask. They want me to ask you, what's your favorite emote?
In Twitch.
I don't know. Everyone is asking that question.
So I mean, I am like a big fan of KW in general. Like it's so good. Nowadays I also like the XDD emote a lot. You don't have it though. This one, you should look it up. It's like a rat.
Okay, good.
You
I will
know
look
it?
it up. I will look it up.
Oh, but I do really. I mean I like the KW. I've been using this one for so much. I literally have my own KW sound. Whenever I get wrecked on a stream, people keep redeeming KW and you get the love like automatically.
That's good. That's good.
It's a little love and hate relationship, of course, between me and the KW, but overall it's very fun.
Okay, of course. Okay, so I promise I will look the XDD.
There you go. Jan added it already.
Okay, I will look that. Okay, so we were talking a little bit about what you're doing outside of streaming. So, are you like related more with food? Are you a cook? Do you cook, or is it Simi that does the cooking?
So I used to cook, and since I'm with Simi, I am not really allowed to cook. And that is, I mean, my cooking is not on her level. Like I can cook, I can make a pasta. I actually make really delicious salad. That's what I still do. But my pasta is just like very simple, and she just doesn't really like it. And so often she is the one, or like Simi's mother cooks a lot as well. They're often the ones that do the like real cooking. Sometimes I can be like a bit of the assistant there, cutting the things, but they do the real cooking.
So you're a sous chef.
I'm like a good eater.
Okay,
I
good.
eat a lot.
And you're not a picky eater, right?
No, I'm not picky at all. Just don't make it spicy, and I'm happy.
Okay, good, good.
I eat everything.
So now that we talked a little bit about Simi, so let's I don't know if you already talked about it on your stream, but we're very interested in knowing, how did you guys meet?
I mean, so Simi was already watching me for like 3 or 4 years, just watching me as a Hearthstone streamer. She was playing World of Warcraft and sometimes also playing Hearthstone here and there. And then she just at some point she just reached out to me and was just like interested in like talking to me. And then I was just like answering back. It took me like, I am really like at Discord I answer, but at other like Twitter, Instagram, I just don't even read often. I don't know. I'm not a big social media guy, so but I like Discord. So she reached out at the right platform, because otherwise she knew I was a true gamer, that I would probably not read my other things. And yeah, that's how we like started meeting. We were just doing like Discord calls, and then actually after like, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I actually already went to Turkey to meet her. Like we were just already boyfriend girlfriend that time, and but yeah, we met through Hearthstone actually.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And when was this?
2019, September 2019.
Wow, that's crazy. It's been 3 years then.
Time goes fast.
3 years
Right,
that you guys are together
yeah.
and you're married.
Yeah, I mean, we engaged actually really early, after 4 months. So that
Oh,
was really, really like fast. I
you
mean,
knew.
I'm a bit. What?
You knew.
You knew
Yeah,
that?
that she was the one.
Yeah, I don't know. I never like. We both never really believed that much in like love, but we just like, yeah, we like loved each other so much. We were more like, yeah, then why not? So yeah, it was a bit of a YOLO. I can maybe it was a bit. I can be a bit YOLO in that part, but like, yeah, if I'm sure,
Why
then
wait?
I guess I have to follow my feeling, you know. But and then we married. Like it took like, but that was mainly also because of like Corona being really annoying for us because she was in Turkey, I was in Netherlands, and that time we didn't have everything fixed yet regarding visa and stuff. And I think we married like 1.5 years later, so it wasn't. We actually married like after 1.5, 2 years, but like we got engaged early. But yeah, that was also. But that was kind of a rough time actually, a little bit with all the like being away sometimes from each other for 3 months. We had like that was kind of yeah that just sucks.
For sure. And how was your dating life before meeting Simi?
I never was into dating actually much. I'd only started when I became like 24, 25 that I started to have interest. I saw it like I was so focused on my career and Hearthstone, and I kind of saw like I saw it as like yeah, it just distracted me, like relationships, dating, like even talking with girls. So I never had that interest actually till like 24. Nowadays, I'm sometimes like realizing. It's so funny. I should tell at least some parts of it, like that some. Like I was having like some girls wanted to have dinner with me and like meet up, and I'm like, yeah, sure, cool, sounds amazing, dinner. And like we had dinner, they're like, let's play Hearthstone at your house, Thijs. And I'm like, sure, sounds fun. And I didn't get any single hint, you know, like completely not. So sometimes afterwards, I actually realized how I started feeling like a little bit bad that I was like so bad at picking up any of these hints because I had no interest. I just didn't have the interest.
So Simi was there at the right time, and then you knew she was the
Yeah.
one, and then bing bang boom.
If she would have reached out 3 years earlier, I don't think we would be like together. I mean, maybe then after 3 years, but like I just had not, I didn't have the interest. I just didn't want it. Like I really just didn't want to have like a girlfriend or a relationship yet.
Okay, good. The reason why I ask is I feel that a lot of streamer, like their dating life is usually zero. It's usually people are, well, because it takes a long time and you're at home not very socializing with the world when you're playing a solo game. So it's a bit harder to meet people and to have a a very big dating life.
Yeah, and also when I was competing, I was traveling all around the world. Like it's like it's so complicated, and I'm all the time practicing tournaments. Like I wanted to have every evening ready to prepare for my tournament because like there, like I went to the European Championship, World Championship, like all these really big tournaments that time. So I just wanted all my focus to be there. And at that time, if you practice for a tournament, you could get really much better than your opponent. Nowadays, people are so good, so I think getting an edge is like so much harder. But yeah, my interest just wasn't really there, and actually, yeah, it just came at like 24, 25 that I just slowly became like somewhat interested. I just became actually curious, not even interested, but like kind of like yeah, curious what dating life is, and like here and there, yeah, I started chatting something. I downloaded Tinder. I deleted it a week later, I think. Like, so that's how it kind of went.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Not easy. The dating apps are definitely not easy. It's like
Yeah, and yeah, I am. I don't think I am like I'm not really socially awkward, but I have very little connection when I have like zero interest in the other person, or I have some topics I'm just not really interested in. Like you need to have and you need to have like a little bit of also like people, yeah, that like think a little bit similar at least. And if they completely think quite difficult, like it just gets like hard for me, or I'm like getting like less interested in a way. Nothing offensive, but like, yeah, like I have to kick off with people. Otherwise, and if I kick off, I'm completely open. Like you can ask me anything. I really have like no problem with that. Like, so I become a very open person actually.
Okay, good. Okay, so now we get to the part of the interview which is the hardest, the food questions.
Okay.
For some reason, everyone.
Is it harder? Is it harder than Hearthstone?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but it's the funny part. It's supposed to be funny, but it's also, I feel, the hardest part of the interview. So we're gonna start easy. Do you drink coffee or tea?
Both, but tea is the plus there. I like tea more than coffee.
Okay. That's good. How do you take your coffee?
Like,
Okay.
I don't like when people put like too much in it. I'm like, stop drinking your milk with coffee. Just drink real coffee.
Okay, good. Do you would you rather have a beer or a glass of wine?
Ooh, depends on location, but general beer guy.
But you like both.
Yeah, it depends on occasion. If it's like with food, more of like I don't know, like chill with like some people. I really I like a glass of wine, but I'm definitely more a beer guy.
Okay. If you had a choice, fruits or vegetables?
Or vegetables? Oh, that's actually a tough one, yeah. Because why choose? I like both. Like it's so hard to. I guess vegetables. They have more.
Top 3 vegetables.
What?
Top 3 vegetables you like.
I like all kind of vegetables in general. Like I like to make salads, and that's full of vegetables, and you can put so much in it. We have our own garden with vegetables. It's like delicious.
Okay, but if you can only have 3 vegetables in your house.
Oh, 3. I didn't. Sorry, I didn't understand. What?
Well, salad, I'm guessing.
Okay, this one is actually confusing. Like, tomato is a fruit or a vegetable?
Well, you can say it's a vegetable. For me, it's a vegetable, but it's supposed to be a fruit, yeah.
Okay, so definitely tomato. Goes on so many things. It's like
salad.
To choose. Yeah, salad. And what more?
Cucumber.
Not necessarily. I like what is it? Is it called aubergine, the eggplant?
Oh yes, yeah, eggplant.
I really like them.
Okay.
I really like them.
Do you put eggplant in salad?
No, but or like at least Simi's really good at it. She puts like ground meat and other vegetables in it, and it's like really, really delicious.
That seems like a Turkish a dish, right?
I think so. I think so as well.
Nice.
But
I really
you can
do
do
like
so
it.
much with.
Yeah, I agree. I really do like aubergine or eggplant. I think we can say it both ways. Okay, good. So would you say you're more of a savory than sweet guy?
I'm not a sweet guy, so more savory. What that means, I don't know. But I cannot imagine me choosing sweet.
Okay, good. Good. What's one thing that you shouldn't be eating but you really like? It's like kind of a sweet pleasure, a guilty pleasure. Sorry.
So I don't really have that. I never feel kind of guilty that much. I know because I'm even trying to gain weight, and so they push me eating all these desserts, and I'm not really a dessert guy. I have it just with some ice creams, like especially after food. Like I just regret it because the taste of the food is so good, and then people like these desserts and the ice cream, and I just regret it. I don't
Okay.
like this ice creams, the sweetie ones.
Regretting ice cream. Good. Noted. Noted.
Mhm.
Okay. And so you mentioned that Simi was more than a chef than you. But at the same time, if you have to impress Simi and cook a romantic dinner, what would you make her?
Definitely would make a really nice salad. So not just like simple salad, but like very meal-based salad with like either some tuna, some cheeses in it and stuff. What else? I would go for probably a steak, kind of very like with a wine and put some yeah like some seasonal vegetables with it. I think it's not gonna be like the a big thing, but more like she's definitely more into the like yeah like the chic way or the more like it doesn't have to be much. It just has to taste very good and look good.
Do you have a favorite dish from the Netherlands?
Not yeah. I mean more, but it's not like it's not like it's not a meal food. More like I really like the stroopwafel. I don't know if you know that the like the cookie with the caramel in it
Ah,
that you
yes.
can also eat hot. Most people do it with the tea or the coffee. Like I love that one so much. Sometimes I go to tournaments and I was always having like 3 packets of stroopwafels with me. I'm like, guys, you gotta try this.
For sure, it's really good. Yeah, we had some at TwitchCon, so yeah, good. So do you like cheese?
I like quiche, yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you have a top three kind of cheese you like?
I like the white cheese a lot.
White cheese.
Like the ones, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's like these are so hard translations. The ones that you also do in the like salad that you can
Feta,
do as well, but it's really, is it?
feta, mozzarella.
Not mozzarella. Mozzarella tastes like nothing. I don't know how people can put mozzarella in top three. Like, do you have it in your top three?
No, no.
Like I don't like people that put mozzarella high. I'm like, how? Like it has so no taste at all. But what do I like more? I like the older cheeses a lot. I can taste really these heavy cheeses. I actually really like them as well. I mean, in Netherlands we have so many cheeses, like 50 different cheeses. So I I it's kind of hard to like to rate. I all the time try like different things. And also Parmesan is really high for me because I like it so much on pastas.
And do you like old Gouda?
Yes, I do. I mean, it's made in Netherlands,
Yeah,
that
I
one. So
know.
I really I like the yeah, especially the old one, the older style.
Okay. Good, good, good. Okay, good. You were able to get through the food section of the interview. Okay, so now we're gonna get into chat questions. And sometimes it's inside joke, so I don't always know if it's a decent question, yes or no. But if you don't want to answer the question, you can just say skip. Okay, so I'm just gonna answer for you that one. What does Thijs do on Sunday? Golf. What is that?
Most of the time, not though. But this Sunday, yeah. Most of the time, with family friends, just having dinner often.
Having dinner with friends. That's good. That's good. Do you have other hobbies that you do when you're not streaming, other than the regular like training, cooking, being with your family and friends?
Yes, I like. I'm a very curious person, so I like watching documentaries. I watch a lot of like I have these random vibes where then randomly I'm very obsessed about something, and then I just keep watching documentaries about it for 3 days, and then next week it's something else that I'm obsessed about.
Okay, good, good, good. Do you read books?
No, I I kind of want to read more, but I have a hard time when reading. At some point, my mind just goes away of what I'm reading. It's really hard for me to keep the focus, so I'm more of an like watching documentaries instead of reading guy. But I want to see if I can try it again. But yeah, I have kind of hard time reading.
Okay. What do you think about bugs being in Hearthstone and people using them to rank up? Blizzard doesn't really disable that, and it always feels strange. Uh, so yes, how
Oops.
do you feel about bugs and people
Oh,
using bugs?
bugs. I
Yes.
was like, are people using books to get better at Hearthstone? That's
No,
new
no
to me.
bugs.
Actually, I never was like mining it that much, but holy moly, there are so many bugs now. They increase so much. Every patch, I feel like there's like 3, 5 new bugs every time. So it actually gets like annoying and people abusing it. I mean, it depends on the bug. Like, yeah, if it's like something really like you make the game for your opponent disappear or crash, yeah, that's really like not nice. But if a card is like broken in a way, I mean, it's not their fault. Like they just want to play that class or that deck and they have that card in it. So let please Blizzard just fix it.
Yeah, I don't know if you played with the Tiotar and get the one choose one spell and then the game stops.
Yeah, I have not. I heard that there's like literally cards that even crash games sometimes. So I barely have had it happen though. But yeah,
Yesterday,
that's just
it happened to me. I was like,
okay.
I lost completely my turn with Tiotar. I took a choose a
Which cards?
so Tiotar. I took Tiotar and I picked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I choose from the I stole from the Druid Nourish, and then when you want to play Nourish, the game makes you're not able to play anything else.
Okay, I've played a lot of Teotar, but I've had Teobar mana bugs, but never like game crashing bugs.
So yeah, don't try it. Don't try it. It makes everything stops. It's actually a dead card. You cannot play it.
Okay, weird.
Yes, it happened to me yesterday.
Mhm.
Climbing, and I was like, oh no. So be aware. Be aware.
Sure.
Someone wanted to know how many types of tea do you have, and do you have a tea box?
Yes, we're now in Turkey. I cannot show you now, but I know, like around 20 kind of different teas most of the time. I always try different teas. So I make my own teas. But I have like a lot of teas. Every time I go to a country, I buy some tea there just to be like curious. And I still got a lot of tea from Asia. People give me so much tea there when I go there. And I also buy a lot of tea there because I like the green teas they make there. But yeah, like around like 15 I have 20.
That's good. That's a lot. That's a lot. This one might be a little bit more controversial. How do you feel about what have happened in the leadership of G2 recently?
Yeah, that is like I don't really like wanna talk about it too much. It just like kind of I feel these are like I mean I made a tweet and that's kind of how I feel. Like I feel it like it was obviously not good what he did, but also the punish he got. I think people went on him very like in a hard way because he has done so many amazing things. He has also given me so much chances. He literally like changed my life, giving me a chance and stuff. So I know he has a really also like good heart and he really messed up like badly. But like I feel also that was like yeah, very a rough way to end it.
Of course, of course. Okay. So I know you're not very much on social media. You don't use social media that much, as you mentioned, except like probably Discord is the one you use the most. But so how do you feel about Twitter recently related to Hearthstone and everyone commenting on different news topic and getting people getting like in camps, like separating a little bit of like people's thinking in the Hearthstone community? How do you feel about that?
You need to help me a little bit, like what you are referring to, like there like some specific like kind of more drama thing, or like I'm
Yes.
very behind always. Chat
Yes.
tells me what's up in the Hearthstone community on these things. Well, what
So
has happened?
okay, well, in the same subject, for example, there was a lot of people talking about how do they feel about Andrew Tate, for example, and so they would both tell people like on Twitter like how do they feel about him, and so it gets like intertwined with Hearthstone in some ways, and so I feel that it put people in two different camps, and it makes like some animosity between streamer that or even members of the community that wasn't there before that topic was hot on Twitter, for example.
Yeah, but I don't think this is necessarily a Hearthstone thing. I think this is just like more on like every game kind of thing. And yeah, if that splits up people, that makes sense. Like some people just don't like to be with some kind of people, but I also feel people on, especially on Twitter, people are very not open-minded and they are very stubborn. So I also find sometimes like not everything is black and white. Like I'm a very gray guy, so I'm in the mid. I'm often like not agreeing with both or agreeing with both, but not on the hard way. So I don't know. I feel people that are too black and white is like I feel yeah, like especially on the internet, I feel they miss the reality part a little bit on like not everything is like that beautiful or can be like that.
For sure, for sure. Thank you for that. We're almost
How do
done.
you feel about that?
So don't worry. I'm reading the chat questions, but I mean, I do agree with what you're saying. I do believe it's not always black and white, and I feel that sometimes people go. I feel that people like harass people on Twitter sometimes, even if someone did something wrong or like people shouldn't harass people after that. They should state their opinion, say they're not agreeing with it, but like to go after a person and to make everyone to flood his Twitter with hate and insult. I don't think it's the way to go.
Yeah, and some people also get offended very like fast. It's not even like it's normal to disagree on things. There's nothing wrong with it. I sometimes disagree with people just for the point of like disagreeing because I want to know why they think like that. So, but that's me like more in real life, not on internet because I don't save my time and drama from that. I rather do it with friends. But like, so I don't like people are really. I feel like that's more of a world change as well. People just I don't they're not open-minded anymore that much. They are really stubborn. They're really offended by things you shouldn't be really offended by. I mean, of course, some things that are very offensive in a way that people type, yeah, of course, that shouldn't be the case. That speaks for itself.
I agree. Okay, so one last question from chat. Someone wants to know if you follow chess. Chess.
Yeah, here and there a little bit. I used to play casually as well. So, but it's always a bit like this for me. Sometimes I have that where like, yeah, I'm like interested in it, but I haven't played much. But I like to I keep up here and there.
Good. Okay, well, thank you so much. That was the end of the chat questions. Thank you so much for
survive that one.
Yes, I mean, sometimes most of the time they're not very controversial. There's probably one or two that gets there, but yes. So thank you so much for coming to Heart today. We really appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And I hope you're gonna have a lot of fun at golf tomorrow, and say hi to Simi for me.
Sure,
and
will do. I think that the golf is gonna happen next week, though. I don't think we're gonna do it tomorrow.
Okay. Do you? Last question. Are you coming to TwitchCon San Diego, or not?
No, I'm not coming. No. I think
Devastating.
after buying a new house, having a whole wedding, having like moved places and everything, I don't mind just being at home at the moment.
That is a good point.
Uh,
I would do the same if I were
and
you.
organizing the whole TwitchCon like Amsterdam so much myself. Like I did a lot this summer, so and we had like 2 vacations, so I'm like I'm good for now. But soon I hope to travel again to like different events.
Good, good, good. Well, have a nice weekend and I will talk to you soon.
Yes, and have all very much fun at TwitchCon.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye bye.